Okay, I'll bring a chat window up here. Okay, so let me test if I'm live. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi, Nicholas here. Welcome to the acoustic. That's not right. Let's just refresh again. Okay, so I'm live there. It's come up. Good. Let me click it to see the audio's going good. Okay, so let me test if I'm live. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi, Nicholas here. Welcome to the... All right. Cool. All right, let's put back where I want to be. All right. So, and I've got so I'm getting a bit used to this this setup I've got going here. I'll close that window. I'll keep that open. So everything looks good. Awesome. So what this live stream's about, it's pretty casual. These live streams are going to be really casual. I'm setting up, so I'm not going to, well, I guess I will be teaching something, because what I'm doing here is let's get to my website. I'm preparing Composition 3, and I thought I might do this live because you can see the process, but I'm going to do a lesson on it too. So it's like preparing the lesson itself. This is my web. This is Google Sites, right? So I'm preparing it. I prepare my lessons on Google Sites. So if we go to my website here, so far what we've been doing, composition series, which is over here, right? I'm going to make sure I'm monitoring on the right because I got my keyboards block some of the screen. I got to make sure they don't block too much. So we've already done lesson 1 and 2, right? So we've done this already. Now I did this with a lesson 1. This was a PDF presentation. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, so this shows you a little bit how to go about improvising, right? Where to start. And then we continued on to composition 2. So we're starting a song here, and we're going to continue the song. So I introduced you to a song skeleton and the different modes in order of, say, darkest to lightest. And we started we went through it and started a composition, right? But I prepared this. Obviously, I prepared this before I did the actual presentation and made the video. But now what I'm doing today with this live stream, and I don't know, let me just connect up here with the OBS with the stream. Refresh. I think that just tells you how many people are on it, but you know, I've got chat here anyway. Anyway, it's not that important, the stream itself now. I'm just I want to get this lesson ready, so I'll go back to my Google site. So it's number 3, lesson 3. But I will talk it through. It's going to be cold. It's actually quite hot, but I want this aircon doesn't need to be on full fan anymore. And I'll just swing it away from me a little bit. If it gets too hot, I live in a very hot area, and I don't. This studio of mine, which is under construction, is not really accessible during hot days because it gets very hot. So I go somewhere else and do my develop my website on my other computer, where I can sit in front of an air conditioner. I got an air conditioner here, but when it's hot, it's just not good enough. Anyway. Enough of my issues. Let's get on to this. All right, so what are we going to do here? So we're going to write to some... All right, so I'm just developing a song here. So let's see what we have so far with this song, though. So we started on 2. Went to 7. And then we did our... What did we do? 5, 3, minus 5. Down here. Oh, all right. Oh, that's right. So what we did here, and maybe I should write it too here. We anchored on the same note. Okay, so have I mentioned that here? I should actually mention it, write it down, because this information is permanent, stays on the website once this is created, so you can always revise this. And of course, I got my book too. All this information is going to go in my book. I haven't even put anchor anchor in my book, anchor notes and things like that. I might be able to bring my book up just to, might help as a guide. I don't expect anyone to come today because it is Christmas and no one wants to come and listen to me at Christmas. What are we doing here? All right, so I'm going to bring this to a size 11 font because I use Courier New because it's evenly spaced font, but I'll bring that down to 11 because I have to shrink my screen to fit this. You know, maybe I can rearrange my windows here, and it's just I want my keyboard takes up a lot of space because sometimes you want to see my hands and then you want to see the actual notes because the hands sometimes don't block it. They don't even highlight what you're pressing. It's a bit hard to see with your fingers sometimes what note you're pressing, whereas the top image actually shows you, so it's pretty cool there. Anyway, all right, so what have we got here? Anchor. So let me write. This is what we got up to in the previous composition. All the chords are in the key of C except E major. So we chose, what did we do? We decided to anchor to the note. So we anchored to the B, right? So the second, and we stayed there, right? We stayed there. Yeah, so we anchored to the note B over 3 chord progressions. A minus C, A minus C, and F. Right? So I've got my back scratcher. So that's what we did with that one. So we've got to find some words. Okay, so this is about lyrics and words. So what we're doing now, should I, what I should do? Oh, I did do that. Yeah, no, that's fine. I created another page. I didn't want to overwrite the existing pages. So what I do is I create a new page. You can just see it here. Can I bring that up? Oh, you can actually, yeah. Yeah, so the previous page is still there. I could elaborate on this too, but this series, I do that as because it's progressive. This series here, we just can continue adding stuff, and then I'll copy this page, then edit it to add some more stuff. So this is the stuff from the previous pages anyway. All right, let's add some words. So that. All that said, that just means I can start adding some words here. All right, I might highlight these chords. I'll just make them bold. Like that. All right, so we've got to pick some word here, right? So we're going to start on. Now this could end up being an intro too, or we could, I usually, I don't worry about the intro first. Sometimes the intro will be influenced from the melody, from one of the verses, or maybe some of the chorus, and you might change it a bit, or could be a thing on its own. It all depends. It doesn't matter whereabouts you actually start, as long as you start. That's the main thing. So I've got to make these videos, even though, because people might end up watching it. I think they cut off after half an hour anyway. So at least the first half an hour, I'm sort of going to make it pretty informative as best I can, but maybe just not worry too much about it, but you know. Anyway, so words here. All right, so what emotion? We wanted it to be sad, so it is a sad beginning, right? We decided to anchor to the note B, over the chord progression, producing a sad. Well, let's get rid of that. So I want to write down what I'm doing, because this is going to be saved, obviously, on the website. Producing a sad feel for emotion. Right. Now, what I do is I save this occasionally because I don't want to have the electricity isn't very reliable where I live, and sometimes it just goes out for a second. That's it. Boom. I've got to start again. Freaking crazy. All right. I need a uninterruptible power supply for my computer and my router and the Starlink. I'm actually looking for a better studio location. I'm looking for a home for the actual school. So hopefully some investor sees this, the right person, understands what I'm trying to do, and can help me out. And we can build this thing together. But to the time that comes, I'm all on my own. So let's go. Words. So I landed on one there. I like one. It's sort of ending the phrase, and it's coming out of key on the E there. So it's the harmonic minor mode. So one. Anyway, so that could almost be an intro, you know. That whole thing could be an intro too. And then you could, I might just actually just copy that over and just say that's, where do I usually put the words? Oh, I do a little thing here. Introduction. Oh no, I've got a little, let me just grab one of my marker things. Oh, I got, where did I do that? It's on song analysis, I think. Let's just click one of these things. I'm looking for just one of this thing I can copy. Where is it? This one. Here we go. Just grab that. Google Sites is really cool to use. It's such an awesome application. It's quite simple to use. Eventually, you're going to have to build a proper website with, you know, when you get more money, but to do it. But this is really working well. Lyrics. And we come back here, and then you just paste it where you want to paste it. So we're down here. So all right. So with this here, I'll just paste it under here, and we'll call that introduction. We'll keep that introduction like that. We haven't even started the lyrics yet. Well, this is our preparation video, and no one's really watching it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Introduction would go verse 1. Verse 1. We got it. Save that. All right. So, all right. So what are we doing? What isn't that like? Huh. It's weird. Why does it stop there? Anyway. Okay. We'll just keep that there like that. What I can do is I can muck around with that later on. Maybe change some of the order here. So we've basically, it's just a song skeleton. We don't have any real melody yet here. So here now we want to develop a melody. So we want some words, right? Oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to write about? This is where I need people to come in and help out. Well, I could have some credit on the song too. Live your life. So you guys live your life. It's sad, right? So it's got to be some sad story. To live. So if I say to live, that could be a lead-in from, say, E when you come in. To, and we could lead in on the 4 of the E. To live your life. To see the sights. So what you do is, right, you just start writing words. So we'll go like this, and we'll write to, not in blue. Oh, that was blue because it came down from that. Oh, that's a pain. I'll copy this over there. To live your life. All right, we've got a word. All this can always change, you know. There's nothing settings. There's nothing there. Nothing is set in stone. But what you want to do, because I'm using Courier U, right? It's an evenly spaced font, so it allows you to line up everything. And it's important to line it up because you know where it's going to fit together in terms of the when you start to put a rhythm into it, a harmonic rhythm. What you're doing now is you're working on, you're not working on the melodic rhythm yet, although it all comes together at the same time. So the chord, the interval, the word, the sound of the word, the syllable. So we're looking now for, so we're adding lyrics, okay, fine. But I've also got in the title of this video, syllable, tone and pitch combination. So that's what we're looking for too. So what we mean here is live is one syllable, right? To live, to. So we're ending up here. So this is going to be a 4. This will be a 4 from the previous chord up here, E. So that's going to be the 4th of the E. So we'll just put a 4 there. Right, so it's not 4 of A minor, it's 4 of E. Because when you see this, it's always from the previous chord, right? The numbers get always re-referenced from the chord, right? So we have E, we've got E, 1. We end on 1 over there. 2, and then we come down. And if we end on 1, that's a nice coming down too, right? So the top one, so we can muck around here with, this is like this, the intro. So I don't particularly want to go up there now with that intro, so what I'll do is, I might even change that on the intro too. So that's anchoring there to the 7. No, I might keep it there, wait. But I'm going to rise, I'm going to anchor there, but instead of going down like I did down below, I'm going to go up. So I'll go up to the, where are F? -5 to the 5, so -5 to the 5. So that's a nice resolution up to the 5th. And then I don't, and then I don't want this too much now because this is an intro right now. We could do this too. Do, 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 do. So that will be a 3 there. We'll change that to a 3 because we don't want to go too high yet at the intro because we want to save some of that for later. With up here, we've got a 5 now, which could take us a bit higher. So we don't want to rise too quickly. And then we could lead up to that. And then the 7, I'm going to make a 7. So we're going to again anchor on. We're going to anchor on the E. So that's going to be a 7. We're going to make that an anchor point. And 1 works fine. To live your life. Oh, wait. To live. Oh, we'll do that again. To live your life. Oh, your life. Oh, life is the anchor on C7. So to live your. Oh, so we've got to move all this over. So let's bring that back. I've got words now. I might have to put this on another line. Why have I got that down there? And is this another? Oh, this is something else we've added. Oh, okay. We've got plenty of We've got plenty now to get on with, so that's good. Because the lesson videos, I'm going to make them more precise rather than this live stream. But this live stream is good because it's sort of, you see the process and it will be remembered and recorded. How many minutes have I got? 90 minutes. So, all right, it cuts off, I think, at 30 minutes on the something like that on YouTube. So I've got to make this to live your that stays. Your life goes here. That's it. To live. Oh, what's the your now? Okay, so now, so this was the song skeleton, right? Oh, far out. Am I lined up? It's just my eyes. Yeah, to live. It's all Korean new, right? It's all 11. It has to be the same. Otherwise, it doesn't line up very well. It has to all be the same font and size. All right. So to live. Now so we need to add another note in there, right? So the way I'd work it is I'll just play it and then see what naturally just falls into place. The rising. And that's what come out of the key. To live your. All right, it's just the same note. So it's a 2, and we're resolving to the 1. So we hang on and there's a resolution there. So we're hanging on the 2, and that's what gives it that really sadness, because a minor with a second is very sad. To live your life. To live your life. Okay, we got something. To live your life. Are we going to be alone? Don't want to make it too miserable. To live your life and fight for to live your life. Oh, so then you just let it come to you, right? You just let it. The message will come. So I don't know, with this particular, there's different approaches to write music, right? So, but with this approach, I don't have anything in my head thought of. So I'll let it tell me, I let the moment tell me what should come next, right? So I have no idea where this song's going at the moment. So, to live your life. And then we got that, we're going to end up sorrow. That's a nice word. So it gets used a fair bit, but it's a nice sorrow. To live your life, sorrow. We could just go to sorrow. Let's try that. To live. Why is it always sad? Oh, we're going to make it a bit happier. Don't worry. To live your life. Oh, we're on the -5 and going down to the 3. All right. On the what? Oh, sorrow. Oh, that's right. To live your life. Sorrow. All right, we'll just do that. Sorrow. So 2 syllables. Where are we? Sorrow. So sorrow. That does line up there now. Now with the vocals, right? Let's bring that back. So I've got it pretty much in the middle, right? So with my voice, 2, right? And everyone will be different. If you're singing it, it's all going to be different, right? You have the advantage when you're writing it to pick it to suit you. 2. So we come here. To live your life, sorrow. There was a time. That just came to me, so I'll shove that in. There was a time I knew there was. So we're on that goes up to the 5. There was a time. Time is the F. Oh wait. Oh, that's the 5. There was. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm going to have to copy this because we're getting too much on a line now. So I'll bring that all back here. There was, and the time is the C. Right, so let me, there was. Time is the C, so that's right there. There was, and then that can get rid of that. And that's the 1, right? Like that. So I just ran out of, so I've got to pick now. So, all right, so there was a time. Now, with a melody, to live your life, sorrow. Okay, so we're no C. There's no C here, right? We're still on A, right? Sorrow, sorrow. So what I do too, I'll put a comma, and that just indicates some pause. So I'm using commas to indicate pauses, right? So we don't have a defined melodic rhythm yet, but we're getting, we're working it out. To live. Well, it's coming together. So we're going to put a comma there because we're going to let that breathe. Right? To live. Now, live. It could be up here, like live. So if you're, depending on your vocal range, once you've written the song, you can change the key to match your vocal range. I'm just keeping it simple, right? Just in the key of C, make it a little easier, right? To live your life, to live your life, sorrow. So it's pretty simple, the melody so far. To live your life, sorrow. Right, so it's not doing too much. Sorrow. Now you can rise, but you don't have to rise straight up. But we'll see. There was. Now you got to. There was. So we're going to land on time. On time 5. On the 5, it's the time is 5. Right. So let's get rid of the 5 there. So we're going to land up here. Time. So we've got to get from sorrow up to here, right? Which is a minor 7th interval, right? So let's pick a nice a way to get up there. No. Okay. Sorrow. Oh, I like that. Sorrow. There was a time. So when we go sorrow, we're on the 3, right? And then we go. We're going to go down 1. We're going to go to the 2. We're going to go 2, right? Then we're going to go. There was a. So we'll do sorrow. There was a. So 2. Then the 5, 6 would go 5, 6. 2 was. And then that's it. Because the time will be the 5 up there. So let's try that. To live your life, sorrow. There. See now. Oh, that word. What happened to there? Like that. So there. Now. This is where. This is a good example. We've chosen the word there, but it might not, because the melody might sound nice, it doesn't necessarily, it's going to work with the word you've chosen, right? So we can either change the melody or change the word, right? So, to live your life sorrow. So far, so good. There is a, there. Now, it could just mean you just need to practice that and make sure you put in the right harmonics, either lower or higher, to make it work. There was a... And sometimes when you think it won't work, by practicing it, it can work. And it can actually be better than you ever imagined sometimes when it initially doesn't sound great, because you're training your vocals and you might not have hit the right combination of high and of harmonics in your vocals to make it sound decent enough. But so there was a... So 5, 6, yeah, all right. So that's going down to the 2. There was a time. Time. Let's try that. There was a time. So we went to the 5. Time I knew. So if I go to the 3, 3, 2, 5. So I'll do a 3, 2, 5 combination. 3, big 2, because that's going to work better with my vocals, I think. 3, 2, 5. Time I knew like that. Time. I don't know what I'm trying to say until I actually say it sometimes. It's sort of somewhere in your head. To live, I'll put a capital T there, not that it matters too much. To live your life sorrow, there was a time. All right, let's try practice. Let's do the whole thing. To live your life sorrow, there was. So I'll need to practice that a bit, but there was a time I knew. Now, you don't rush to change things too quickly because sometimes you want to practice it to see if it's going to work. Time I knew. I wasn't. So there was a time I knew you. This is where this needs to come down or something now. So we could do like, we could do one of the, coming down there. There is a time I knew. It needs to do something on the left, but that's more rhythmical with the left hand. But time I knew. Da 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 da. 3, yeah, 3F. So that has to be a 3. It's going to do something. So what I'll do is I'll put some space here. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to do yet, right? But there's going to be almost like a bit of orchestration going on here before you get. So there was a time I knew. Oh, so like when you're happy, maybe. This is turning out to be sad. One of my songs turn out to be sad. I don't know why. What are we doing with the time? 34, it doesn't matter. This is probably going to be almost enough for the lesson because so what I'll do is I'll practice this and then I can explain the approach, and then I've got this live lesson too. They can always come back as well if they're interested to see some of this approach here. But I'm interested to see what's going to happen now in between C and F, just here. But let's just finish up the last words. Time I knew time I knew. There can be a few chords coming down till you pick. And certainly that's not ready yet. So we won't be putting that in yet. Oh, Jesus. But we got a C, so we got a C. All right, so where do we want to go from the C? So we got a... So we're going to come down there on the song Skeleton. Then we're going to go... We're going to do a D minor with a minor 3 high. So we'll just shove that in there. D minor with a minor 3 high. All right, so... No. That there is just the 6 on the G. We'll put that for now. You're just going to put something to get started. Right, so the first thing you do is 6 on the G. So you get your song Skeleton going, okay, and that's the first stage, right? That's why we have those lessons, 1, 2, 3, first stage. And now we're going to start, we're massaging it, working with it. Well, I'm not massaging it yet, I will. So massaging it means once you've got it to this stage here, you just play with it, you know. And then you start putting in tweaks if you want to put in tweaks or change words or add another word or whatever. And then you've got to start thinking a little bit about what time signature is going to fit into, but you don't really have to worry too much about that because you'll find that you can always fit something into any time signature by just extending a note, just pausing a bit longer and just making it fit. So you listen to what beat, and it's only matters when you're going to start to orchestrate it with other band members. So you let the beat happen, right? So then if you've got a drummer there, they can pick a time, do a beat, they listen to the song, and you go back and forth. And then you adjust your melody to that beat, right? But while you're writing the song, you shouldn't be focusing too much on that. Let the melodic rhythm develop with your right hand. And then you can fit it into any time signature you want down the track. The focus on getting timing right, especially in the early stages of learning and also writing songs and that, it really sets you back because the most important thing about a song is the actual words and the choices of the notes. The stuff I'm doing now is the most critical. And then orchestration is the thing that, rhythm, you know, harmonic rhythm is what gets you, brings out the emotion of what you already have. So if you want it to be less sad, you'll change your words, but you would pick the rhythm, you know, and you adjust it to the rhythm. So you can take a sad song and turn it to match a rhythm. The rhythm can drive emotion too, right? But if you start on the melody, I think that's a better approach. It's what I do, and it's not the only way. But a lot of people just concentrate on beats and writing like good beats and things like that. But you know, the song it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things. And when you orchestrate it, because I used to, I've got heaps of songs. I used to use a program called Reason. I still got it. I got version 13. To orchestrate a whole lot and orchestration is a completely different skill altogether than what we're doing right now. And it's usually subtleness. Everything's subtle, you know. You add in instruments subtle and make sure they don't overtake a particular part of your spectrum when you're putting in your instrument. So when I was doing it, I would pick up one instrument at a time and then to bring it in and see where it falls. I might start with, say, sometimes I start with there's different, well, this isn't it is composition, but it's not a sequence composition. Where it's songwriting at the moment. Although it could turn into, I can't see why not. We could have a lesson down the track by putting it into some sequence. Complete development into a sequencer would be interesting. But we'll see how the series goes. The whole channel is new, and I'm not getting too much engagement right now, and I'm concentrating mainly on my website and building my lessons, and then once I create a lesson, I bring it into the YouTube. But the website's the more important than YouTube. YouTube is just a tool that I'll use to create my school, the school. So I see the website as most important, and my book certainly, because I'm making money off my book. I'm not making it off YouTube at the moment. I've sold copies of my book. And for people who've actually purchased my book, I've got an update coming. I want to get into something on my book while I'm here. I know I'm changing the topic. But I want to bring it up because it is sort of relevant to this. It's part of the same chapter. So what I'll do is I'll just, I'll bring it up. I'll bring the PDF up. I'll have to create the PDF. So I'll open my book. And I can bring it up on the browser, which is really easy. But I'll just bring it up in Word, and I'll just generate. Why is it taking so long? Come on, I got 16 calls in this bloody computer. Why is it taking so long to open? Why did it open? What is it? Oh, finally. All right. So let's I'll just export it. It's pretty straightforward. Book PDF 1.4. Good. Replace. Yep. I'm working on. Oh, it's still doing it. It'll bring it up in the browser. When it's finished, only take a second. It's pretty fast. How many pages have I got now? 2, 3, almost 2728, 286. All right, it's brought it up in the browser, so I can close that. I can close this, and okay. So, all right. So what I wanted to just have a look at is composition. Yeah, here we. So I've changed a section. I finally found a name for my altered diatonic chords, I'm calling them. And so this is the secret section of my book, which I won't put on my website. So I want to entice people to buy the book, but this is just a list, and I've got some explanation, but all this is getting rewritten. I won't have it ready for version 4, but I will. Whatever I got ready, I'll put up to version 4, and then I'll continue on other versions. So I'm expanding all these. So I'm going through each one of these, and then I'm going to put examples. So the first one, this song we're doing, the first one we did was a 3M. If we go back to the song, website, song, first steps. Oh, no, not the first steps, the website. This is where we actually started writing. So 2M, 3M, and 6M we talked about. But I chose a 3M. Let's get back to my song. Where are we? Lyrics. There, here. So here's a song, 3M. Oh, this is, of course, isn't updated. Why? Because we've got to I've got to save this. Let me publish this. It goes on the website straight away. And then I come back here. So if I refresh this, the web page, and it should come up. It takes about 3 refreshes or 4 or 3. There we go. Now it's just clearing the cache. Yeah, so we got a 3M there. So that's bringing it out of the key. So it's Aeolian mode. That's the chord we're going to use, the Aeolian. That's a harmonic minor, A harmonic minor, right? It introduces F sharp. So G sharp, not F sharp. G sharp. So We don't play G, G sharp. So we're still in the key of C, right? But we're just in the mode of the Aeolian. And I don't like to think in minor keys because I'd rather think in modes, because every mode, you're still referencing the Ionian mode. So if I'm in F, I can still see all the white notes, right? I'm in the key of C, and if I'm playing from F, it's a Lydian, right? And so, but I don't have to think I'm in a Lydian mode. I'm just playing all the white notes, you know. But to be aware of what's happening theoretical-wise is very useful information. And it's usually the most useful. It's useful because you can know when to come out of key. That's the most useful. And this is all about my book. All these, so it's probably one of the best parts of my book is altered diatonic chords. And I only had a list and that was it, and with a bit of explanation. So I'm going to really elaborate on this because this is the fun bit of creating songs. And this will make you a lot of money if you're a songwriter and you come up with, because I know that, because these have come from songs that have made a lot of money. Pop songs that have made, millions and millions of dollars are using these techniques, these ideas. So all I've done is written them down. I've yet to write a song that make me $1 million, but I know what they've done. So here we go. So, all right. So I'm not sure why I brought this up, just to show you it, I suppose. And this won't be recorded anymore now because it's past the time. YouTube will cut it off after 30 minutes, and this is already 46 minutes. I feel like another coffee too. And there's no one watching anyway. Oh, it's got an excellent now connection. It's funny because yesterday it was poor. Oh, well. Good. It's probably just the weather or something. All right. So I'm going to really fix this section up too. There was one thing I've got that here. I should have. So I've got the 3 M's and I've got the 2 little M's. The 2 little M I've got, but I should have the little M's. Don't I have that? Because they're definitely ones. For instance, if you're in the key of C, right, and now you're in the key, and you take the 4th, which is F, right, and that's a major chord. No, sorry. You could actually minor major. We've got that already. That's a 3M. If you take the 5th, right, the Mixolydian, which is a 5, and you turn it into a little m, you're now in the key of F, right? You're now in the key of F. So do I have that? I should have a 5 little m. Flat, 5, sharp 5. I've got the sharps. Don't have 6 little m's. Why don't I have the 5 little m? You're kidding. I better put that in my book. I might write it down so I don't forget it. Brought that up. Let me bring that up again. So I'll just open this. I'm opening my Word document. You can't see that, but I'll just bring that up. Why it's so slow? I think it's doing a preview there. It's got something to do with that preview. What am I doing? 5 little m. So I just go into composition. And I go to altered diatonic chords. And I'll just add. I'll just shove it here. I can't see that I have it. Make it a 5. So it's a 5 little m, which is a major. Now we could also do five little m, and you can also do a 4 little m because 4 is a major. 4 little m, and you could also do 1 little m, right? Surprised I don't have those. I got 7 there, little m or 7. But then you have to investigate which key. Let me just put that in. Well, that'll do for now, and I'll just put that in, and then I can elaborate that later. So let me just save that. Oh, I've got to get rid of this preview window. How do you piss that off? It doesn't matter. I'll just close that anyway. All right, so I'll just export this. Replace that. Just close this window and it'll come up again with those changes. So lyrics. I think this is ready. We had to fix up something here. Oh, we've got to put some words here. That's right. That's what I was up to. I think I brought up the book to give me some ideas, but here we go. So I added it down here. So then I'll elaborate on this and I'll put examples. So the 5M will take you to the next key around the circle of fifths, anti-clockwise. So whatever key you're in, a 5M will take you to the one previous key. Excuse me. So if you're in the key, let's say B flat, right? So you're in a 5, right? B flat. So that if you go around the circle fifth, the previous key is E flat, right? So if you say, so in B flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the F, right? If you make that a minor, now you've added in A flat. Now B flat already has B flat and E flat, but by putting in A flat, you're now in the key E flat, right? Just putting in A flat there, right? You're now in the key E flat, right? So I'll explain all that in my book and expand that and give it examples so you can really understand it. So that's the beauty about the book. Videos, there's no way you're going to remember any of this on a video, right? But if you have the book, you will, right? So purchase the book, it's $25 and you get free revisions. So once you buy it, you just revisions forever. And I mail them out every month. So, and I'm working on this now, so this is very important. And this is probably going to end up quite a few pages, right? At the moment, it's only a couple pages here, but that's going to end up more. And song composition using modal pattern definitions, this could be a book in itself. It's only a few pages. So there's a lot of work I needed to do in the part B of my book, but I joined the book together and I'm just selling it all together. So it needs more development work. But the first six chapters, there's still plenty here you get great value. And all the first few chapters are done anyway, up to 6. So right up to the first 6 chapters is just the knowledge you need, like the theory, more theory. And then we start getting into learning songs, and then we start getting into modal pattern definitions, which help you improvise and compose. So it's all about playing in real time, improvising and composing. All the theory is focused on being able to do that. So not giving you useless theory or theory that's not relevant to actually playing. Because music, there's a lot of theory in music, you know. So I'm trying to simplify what you need to know, so you just know the right things to be able to play. And that's the concept. I wish some of this would get recorded, so it's probably no point talking now, because it won't even be ever in a video, and no one ever watches this long anyway. So I might as well go. All right, thanks for watching, and I'm getting cold. Okay, bye. Oh, I should finish this, shouldn't I, before I go? There's no point, no one's here. All right. So I just stop the stream.